And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. The story you're about to hear is laid in a small lumber camp known as Saw Pits on the South Fork of the American River, not far from the place where gold was first discovered in 1848. The title of the story is Loggerheads. The great gold rush of 25 years ago is over. The river bars no longer swarm with red-shirted miners. The Sierra foothills now ring with the sound of axes as young men like Cy Seymour and Vic Burt fall timber to supply the sawmills downstream with lumber for the growing state of California. This is the day of the annual log riding contest, a big event in the river camp of Saw Pits, with a queen to award a medal and a kiss to the winner.
The winner, Silent Seymour. Nice going, Si. Come on up and claim your prize. Come on. Look, none of you little pecks in the cheek either. Let's see her really kiss you. Let go of me. Oh, don't be bashful.
Congratulations to the champion log rider.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, kiss him, Flo. Give him a big smack.
With pleasure. You big lump.
What are you waiting for, Baldy? Mail?
Female. Here she comes now.
Morning, Flo.
Hello, Vic.
Where are you bound for?
Sacramento. I got a wonderful new job working at the New Helvetia Hotel.
You mean you're leaving us for good?
Well, the chance came along, so I grabbed it. After all, what is it for a girl here?
Oh, come now. Queen of the camp?
Queen. Don't make me laugh.
We'll miss you, Flo.
Well, thanks.
All set, miss?
Yes.
Get her.
Drop us a line and let us know how things go with you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. Drove the prettiest girl in camp out of camp.
I did.
Sure. The way you treated her the other day in front of everybody. No wonder she feels she's got no future here.
Look, Vic. I never even kissed a girl in private, let alone in public.
You haven't?
No.
Well, then it's high time you started.
Well, I don't see why she couldn't have just presented the medal and been done. My medal, Vic. She got away with my medal.
Write and ask her for it.
Oh, I can't do that.
Why not? You know her address? Helvetia Hotel, Sacramento.
Oh, forget it.
Well, it's your medal, Si. You won it. You just sit down and write her a letter.
Vic, I don't know how.
Well, it's easy. All you gotta say is...
I don't know how to write.
You don't know how to write? How come?
Well, I just never learned. I can't read either.
Not a word?
Not a word.
Well, you ought to learn, Si. Comes in handy sometimes. Especially when you want to write a girl.
Who said I wanted to write her? I just want my medal, that's all.
I'll tell you what, Si. I'll write the letter for you.
Would you, Vic?
Sure. I've got pen and ink right here. There we are. Now, you just tell me what to say.
All right. Just say, Dear Madam.
She ain't. She's a miss.
All right, dear Miss. Please send me my medal, which you got, yours truly, Cy Seymour.
Look, Si, why don't you go over to the store and buy a postage stamp and I'll do the writing?
All right. You better cut out that yours. Sounds too personal.
Sure. Dear Flo.
Regards, Cy Seymour. P.S. At your convenience, will you please send me my medal? Thank you for letting me read it, my dear.
I can't get over it. He's always been so bashful. That's why they call him Cy, short for silent.
Still waters run deep, you know.
He prints real nice and neat, don't he?
My husband always used to say that you could judge a man's character by his handwriting.
Oh, here's a medal if you'd like to take a look at that, too.
Oh, I would indeed. Oh. Champion Log Rider, California, 1873. My, that's quite a trophy, isn't it?
Oh, I wish you could have seen him on that log, Mrs. Perrin. He's a great big strapping fella. Oh, but the way he moves his feet and balances. Like a tightrope walker. Oh, but listen to me going on like this to somebody I hardly know.
Oh, I hope you'll consider me a friend, my dear.
Oh, I do, Mrs. Perrin. And you've been perfectly lovely to me. Brand new like I am here at the hotel.
Elderly widows get lonely in hotels, too, you know. But you send this medal back to the young man right away, and a nice letter with it, huh?
Yes,
Read it to me again, Vic. Real slow.
All right. Dear Si, I was very pleased to receive your letter and know that my presence is missed.
Who said anything about missing her?
Well, you know women, Si. They always jump at conclusions. What?
Go on.
Sacramento is full of important people. I even saw the governor once. But nobody quite takes the place of old friends like yourself.
Does she honestly say that?
Well, now, you don't think I'd make it up to you, Si? Well, here, look for yourself.
You know I can't read.
Well, there it is, word for word. And she signs herself, yours with the highest esteem, Flo.
The only letter I ever got in my life. She sure writes a pretty hand, don't she?
Mm-hmm. Real ladylike.
Scent.
Yeah, let me smell. And violets.
Well, don't smell it all up. After all, it is my letter.
When are you going to answer it?
Answer it?
Well, it's only polite to write and thank her for sending the medal.
Gosh, this is getting real complicated.
No, we can do it like we did before. You dictate and I'll write.
All right. But we'll make it short and sweet.
Another letter from him.
He didn't waste any time, did he?
A full page this time. Look.
May I read it?
Oh, yes, please. I'd like you to.
My dear Flo, Thank you for sending me the medal. It means a lot more to me now, knowing that it has been in your possession. He has a real nice way of expressing himself, doesn't he?
Read what else he says.
Someday I shall claim the other half of the reward that was supposed to go with it.
He means the kiss.
Oh. Well, you put some crosses at the end of your next letter.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin, dare I?
I think it'll intrigue him. It's what you've been hoping for.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I was so afraid he'd never come out and pop the question.
I take it you're going to accept him.
Oh, of course I am. I love him. I'll mail my answer tonight.
Good, darling.
Must be a storm coming. There's the whistle. We better make a run for it.
Now, wait a minute, Si. I don't like to leave anything that might come crashing down without a warning. What do you say we finish this one, huh?
You're right, but let's make it fast. Timber! Quick! Nick! Nick? Oh. Nick! Oh. I'm gonna have to carry you out. I'll try not to hurt you too bad.
Well, leave me here. Go get help.
Let another tree fall on you? Let's go. Hi, Vic. How you feeling?
This is worse than winter underwear. I itch, but I can't scratch.
Well, at least they got the bandages off of your head, so you can read to me again.
Did you get another letter?
It was here the night I brought you out of the woods. I've been carrying it around with me ever since.
Oh, you'll have to hold it for me, Si. My dearest,
Dearest?
I think I must be dreaming. Then I look at your letter again and know it's true. You love me. You want to marry me. Oh, Si, if only I had your powers of expression to tell you what is in my heart. All I can utter is the single word, yes. Your loving Flo. Well, congratulations.
I'm engaged to be married?
Oh, you've been engaged for 2 weeks, only you didn't know it.
Nearly 3 weeks. I wonder what she must think of me for not acknowledging this.
Better get an answer off to her right away.
How can I?
Well, have one of the other boys write it for you.
A brand new, different handwriting, that'd sure look funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Well, I guess the only other thing for you to do is to go to Sacramento and see her.
Not with you laid up like this.
Oh, you've done enough for me, Si. Saved my life. No, I can manage.
I'm riding herd on you till you get those casts off.
Well, what about your fiancée?
My what? Oh, Flo. Well, I'm sure she'll understand.
What could have happened? 3 weeks now, and not a word.
It certainly does seem strange, huh?
Maybe he's changed his mind.
My dear child, no. After that ardent letter,
Then why don't I hear?
there must be some good reason.
Oh, I wish now I hadn't been so forward, accepting him right off.
Nonsense. He asked you to marry him. You have it in black and white. Now, there's only one thing for you to do. Go back to Saw Pits and see him.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin.
Well, you'll never have any peace of mind till you do.
But supposing, just supposing.
Just supposing that I go with you.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin, would you?
I'm dying to meet this young man myself. Well. Now, is there any place in the camp for us to stay?
The shingle house, where I used to work.
Good. We'll pack right away and take the evening steamer up the river. Oh.
Imagine the most terrible things. That you were sick or dead or that you had jilted me.
Flo,
Why didn't you write and tell me about Vic?
I'm sorry.
I waited for a letter every day. Oh, Si, no man ever wrote such letters as you. It was then that made me fall in love with you.
I'm glad. When are we going to get hitched?
You set the date.
Today. Tomorrow?
Si, give me a little time. Say next Sunday?
Next Sunday it is, then.
A day of pure gold.
Is that from the Bible?
Silly, that's from your own letter.
What letter?
The one proposing to me. The day that you're mine will be a day of pure gold.
I never.
Well, it's right here in your own handwriting. And pages more. I know it almost by heart. The first 2 lines. You are the sun and the moon and the stars to me.
Let me see that.
Oh, you're not going to tear it up.
No.
There's nothing wrong in being poetic when you're in love.
I'll give it back to you, Flo. Just let me have it for a little while to kind of mull over.
Well, if you'll promise not to lose it. And this letter I want to keep for the rest of my life.
I promise.
All right, I admit it. So I did embroidery him a little.
A little? You turned them into poetry and spun them out into pages.
Well, it did the trick, didn't it, Si? She's going to marry you.
Maybe.
Well, I thought it was all set.
She fell in love with me on account of these letters, Vic. She told me so.
Well, good.
Only I didn't write these letters. You did.
She don't need to know.
You think I'd marry her not knowing? You're going to tell her, Vic.
Me?
You deceived her. Now you're going to square me with her.
Oh, now, looky here.
She wants to come see you anyway.
You're making me feel like a criminal, Si. I thought I was doing you a favor. Honest, I did.
Gosh darn it, why didn't I ever learn to read and write?
I'm glad to see you coming along so fine, Vic.
Yeah? Doc's gonna take these blame casts off tomorrow.
Then you'll be able to stand up with Si at our wedding. How wonderful.
You're really in love with that guy, ain't you?
Head over heels.
Oh, he's a great guy. 4 square. Just to show you how square. I know you won't believe this, Flo, but he seems to think I ought to take the credit for some of the things that went into those letters he sent you.
You should. Why?
Well, once in a while I'd throw in a suggestion or two, and, well, you know, Si, he's not one for long words. Once in a while he gets stuck, and, well, you know, Flo, two heads are better than one.
But he did write those letters.
Oh, they were from him, sure.
I mean, he wrote them with his own hand.
Well, his name was signed to him, wasn't it?
Vic.
Would you mind handing me that pitcher of water on the table there, Flo? I'm kind of thirsty. Thanks.
You wrote those letters, Vic. Didn't you?
Well, I just happen to have pen and ink handy, and...
And he doesn't know how to write. That's the truth, isn't it?
Well, what if he don't? That's nothing against him. He just never took the time to go to school, that's all.
And I suppose he can't read either.
Lord knows he wished he could. Especially these past few months. Look, Flo, the little things like reading and writing, why, you can teach that to him after you marry.
Thanks, Vic. Thanks for telling me, Vic. Thanks for the letters. They were beautiful.
Your own made pretty darn wonderful reading, too, Flo.
You said you had something you wanted to tell me, Flo.
Yes. And it's so much easier to say it out here than in that stuffy parlor at the Shingle House.
What is it, Flo?
I saw Vic yesterday.
Yes, I know you did.
He's going to be able to stand up with you at our wedding.
You mean you're still willing to marry me after learning that he wrote those letters?
I love you, Si.
Could love a man who can't read and write? I'm so ashamed, Flo. A grown man like me, and I don't know as much as a little kid that high.
I can't hold it against you, Si. Because, well, you see, I can't read or write either.
You can't? But what about all those letters?
Mrs. Perrin wrote them for me and read me yours.
She did? Can't believe it. All that pretty handwriting. Flo.
Si.
Here they come.
Three cheers for the bride and groom. And a parade! And a parade! And a parade!
What does that say?
That sign says, excuse our dust.
I think you're a doggone liar.
Goodbye, Mrs. Perrin.
Goodbye,
And thanks for
darling.
everything.
Goodbye, Vic. And thanks.
Good luck, Si.
Why, you're in love with her, too.
Whatever gave you that idea?
I read those letters.
Well, they ought to be good. I've had a lot of practice writing love letters to hundreds of girls.
It seems to me all this goes to show that there are none more literate than those who understand the language of the heart.